Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you how to use two GitHub accounts on one computer the right way. And guess what? We're using ED25519 keys, the fastest, safest, and most secure way to authenticate with GitHub. Whether you need a personal and a work account or manage multiple projects, this video will make switching between GitHub accounts easy. So stick around to the end and let's dive in. We are going to use these 7 easy steps in this video. So, step 1. Before we create anything new, let's check if we already have SSH keys on our system. Check the .ssh directory. If you see files like id_rsa or ED255 with config, you already have keys. As you see here in my system, I don't have, but if you have, don't worry, we're going to generate fresh one. Step 2. Now, let's generate and add SSH using the ssh key gen command. For your work GitHub account, type ssh key gen ED25519-C followed by your email ID. For me, it's scooncode@gmail.com. Enter. Here, it's asking for a file name. Type id_work. This is to distinguish between accounts. Enter. It's asking for a passphrase, leave it blank. Clear. Now, let's do the same for your personal GitHub account. Type again the same command, and here add your personal email ID. Save this one as id_personal. Boom! We've got two secure SSH keys, one for personal and one for work, as you can see here. Step 3. We need to add our SSH keys to the SSH agent. So, start the agent by running an eval command. Type eval, then within double quotes write $SSH-agent S. Here, we can see the agent ID 3350. Then, let's add your newly created keys using ssh-add followed by the file name, which is id_personal. As we see here, an identity added message should be shown along with the email address. And then, let's also add our work one as well. Now, our keys are loaded and ready for authentication. It should create two .pub files, one for work and one for personal, respectively, that we will use in the next step. Here comes a fourth step. Let's copy our SSH keys and add them to GitHub. You can use the cat command to print the content of the file and copy it. Here, we see two files. We should use the .pub file, as I am doing. Copy its content, and then go to the GitHub website, click on Settings, then go to SSH and GPG keys, and click on New SSH key. Here, you can give it a title you like, then paste the key under the Key section, and then say Add SSH key. Our authentication key is set. Repeat this for your personal GitHub account. So copy the content, and then let's go to GitHub. Paste it, and save. At this point, GitHub knows who you are. Now, let's configure SSH, so it automatically uses the correct key for each account. Open your SSH config file by running nano command, type nano space config. Here in this file, separate personal and work config into two sections. Now let me copy over the configuration to save time. After that, save it by pressing Ctrl+X and say yes to save, file and exit. Now, Git will automatically use the right key for each account. Let's test our setup by connecting to GitHub. For your work account, type ssh-t space git@github-work. As you can see, we have a successful connection with GitHub for this account. Let's also test the personal one. Again, use the same command for the personal setup. Boom! This is also successful. If you get to this point of video, then we are almost done, so stick around till the end. Step 7. When cloning repositories, make sure you use the correct SSH host. This is the same host we configured in our config file. So, GitHub-work for the work repo and GitHub-personal for the personal repository. Now, let's use the clone command to import the project locally. The only thing we need to change here is, instead of github.com, we replace it with git-work. That's it. And now, we can do the same for the personal one. So, type git clone and paste URL. And here write personal, then press enter. Cloning is in progress. Now, we have cloned the repository successfully and can work onto repos in parallel, just by using the specific GitHub domains we set for work and personal. You can commit, push, and pull with this. We are here in the bonus section. To make sure your commits always have the right email, let's set your Git user per repository. I'm showing you this for the work account. You can do it for the personal one yourself. So, let's configure the username. Here, as you know, we have scooncode, and in the email, scooncode@gmail.com. Now, your commits will always be correctly attributed. Let's try to push something on remote repo. As you see here, we have only 2 files. So let me add a new file, balance.ts, and write something here and save it. Now we have 3 files. It's time to stage and commit the code. Finally, let's push the file to origin. Let's check the remote repository. We have our file here with the correct user. So, it went to the correct repository even without mentioning GitHub work. This is the right way to set up multiple GitHub accounts. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next video.